Hey there, friends. It's been so long, and I'm sorry in advance that this is going to be very lightly edited, if at all, because there is just no time. There is no time. So I'm really looking forward to chatting with you. Do let me know in the comments what you've read and enjoyed in the month of June, so long ago at this point. But I'm going to share with you some hits, misses, DNFs, all the good stuff. Let's do it. Let's start with my 6-star. This is A Curse for the Homesick by Laura Brooke Robson. This is going to be one of my favorite books. Hello. Here's Rudy helping me out. Hi, baby. For the entire year, I'm sure. I actually got this for free from a publishing company that reached out to me, and it didn't seem like necessarily my cup of tea, but I was intrigued. So I said yes, and man, am I glad. This is not my typical fare of lighthearted romance that that I tend to read, but it was absolutely gorgeous. This takes place on an island off the coast of Scotland. It had been invaded by Vikings. There's a lot of Viking and Scottish influences. It's called Stenland, which is an imaginary little island, but periodically, so the island could defend itself, it would have a skeld season in which 3 women at random would wake up one morning and have 3 bars across their face like tattoos, and anyone that they looked at would turn to stone for 3 months. And our heroine is terrified that this would someday happen to her. She falls madly in love with someone on the island, but instead decides to leave and try to avoid the curse. However, she comes back for her best friend's wedding, and things go down. This is told in various timelines. It jumps all around, but beautifully so. And it was atmospheric. It was sort of bleak. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The final lines had me screaming, honestly. I was so captivated by this. I just found it to be endlessly intriguing, so enthralling, just trying to figure out what was going to happen with our heroine and our hero, who clearly deeply loved one another, but she's concerned that she could honestly unalive him at some point. So if this seems like something that you might be interested in, give it a whirl. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It was really incredible. I've got 2 4.5 stars to talk to you about at the same time. These are Amy Dawes' books. I had never read her before. Let me know in the comments if you've read Amy Dawes before. I was very, very impressed. And I thought, okay, you know what? This actually came in my Harlequin box. This one did. And I was like, okay, we've got embossing here. We've got a really gorgeous cartoon cover. Look at the sprayed edges. A goat. I mean, I was like, okay. And then I found out that the narrators are none other than Aaron Mallon and Teddy Hamilton. So I thought, okay, if they're throwing this much at this book, it has to be worth something, despite the fact that the summary, like the first part, this is a joke. They don't let you know that. People that just pick this up are going to be turned off immediately. And let me tell you something. This book and this one, because of course I had to read the next one right away, they're definitely way spicier than I go for. And I'll tell you this. I think you want to, if you're like me, at least, you're going to want to skip like chapters 15 and 16 because it's a lot. And in both of these, the subject matter is definitely a lot spicier than what I'm used to. So you may ask yourself, well, why are you still really loving these and going crazy about these? I love the body positivity. I love the cinnamon roll heroes. There's an incredible ensemble cast. Amy Dawes is a terrific writer. I'm talking like along the lines of, say, for example, where's my Chloe Lisa's? Yeah, you know what I was getting? Like Bergman Brothers kind of deal, only spicier and with more language. As I said, the subject matter is a little more adult in places, but I thoroughly enjoy these. And I physically read sometimes, I listened sometimes, depending on what I was doing. And I was so enraptured with the entire family. These men they're mountain men, but they have hearts of gold. They miss desperately their father. And in this book, our hero is hoping to have a baby, but he does not want the strings that come with it. He doesn't believe in love or relationships. So his niece works to find him the perfect surrogate. And it's, as I said, a couple chapters, a little different, a little, I guess, spicy. I don't know. There's a lot. But overall, I so enjoyed this incredible Colorado mountain setting. I loved our heroine. She's so dear. I mean, all of these characters at their hearts they're just so wonderful. And there's a lot of animals too, which I really love. If you enjoy like great animal cameos, so many laugh out loud moments, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Now, this is the first book in the series, although it is a spin-off of this series, which I'm dying to read. His older brother is the guy from the 5th book in this series, which is a crossover. So I want to read that one. That one is coming out with beautiful sprayed edges paperback in September. I've already pre-ordered it. And then their youngest brother, Luke, his book is coming out in November. Already pre-ordered that one too. Because I'm just having a great time with it. It's just perfect. This one is enemies to lovers. We have a woman who really doesn't have a lot of self-esteem after a terrible divorce, and she goes to a club. That's what I'm saying. Like I've seen this kind of thing in historical romance, but not in contemporary. And I was like, oh, this is different. But anyway, she goes to a special kind of club. He's there. He's very possessive and you know what? Protective, although he's got some mountain man in him too, and he's the bad boy of the brothers too, so if you like that. And this one features Milkshake the cat, because her Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I don't know, but he actually carries this cat around in a carrier like a baby and goes on walks. It's just darling. And look at the beautiful sprayed edges here. I mean, come on. Again, we have Aaron Mallon, Teddy Hamilton, and I have to say, I love Erin Mallon. I've loved everything I've ever listened to that she's ever done. But I feel like Teddy Hamilton specifically really, really was exceptional. Just incredible. Just incredible. I mean, he put his heart and soul into the performances. Isn't this cute? Anyway, and then, okay, so Luke's, which is coming in November, is blue. So it's gonna be so fun. I can't wait. Anyway, so yeah, those are my extra spicy, feel good, just pining, caretaking, loving family, wonderful, wonderful ensemble cast. Cannot wait to read more of this woman's backlist and what's to come. So yes, couldn't give perfect 5 stars because yeah, language and then just a little too spicy for me in places. But I overlooked it. I overcome, you know? Where's my award? My 4-star is Coldhearted Rake. This is the first book of the Ravenels series by Lisa Kleypas. As you may be aware, Tiffany of Tiff Talks Pages, Rachel of Rachel Reads and Sings, Christy of Christy Reads a Lot, and good old Avery of Ava's Romance Books. We are all doing the Wallflowers Read Along, which we've started, golly, last year. It's like a year ago. And we rolled along with the Wallflowers, went to the Hathaways, and now we are beginning the Ravenels. Actually, we just had our Devil in Winter, or excuse me, I'm making things up, Marrying Winterborn show on Rachel's channel last weekend. You know what? I got the book. Let's look at the step back. We got Reese Winterborn and Helen. Love, love, love. But we're not talking about that one right now because that was something I read in July. And remember, we're way back in June. Back when we walked uphill both ways in the snow. And TV was only in black and white, not in color. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. We've got Coldhearted Rake, 4 stars. This is many people's least favorite, although there are some people that will die on that hill of it is a great book. It's not my favorite, mainly because this guy, you know, I love a cinnamon roll hero, and this guy's a little too rough around the edges for me. A little disappointed by some of the scenes, but oh my gosh, look at this step back. Look at this dress. Oh, I love it so much. This is phenomenal because it sets up a 7-book series that's done masterfully by, of course, our fabulous Lisa Kleypas, one of the foremost historical romance authors ever. And this does an incredible job of not only introducing us to an amazing cast of characters, we also harken back a little bit in the past to previous series, and Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. It's just something else. Oh, and it also really introduces us, gets the love affair started with Helen and Reese in this book. So it's pulling a lot of double duty, triple duty, quadruple duty, if you will, and it still is tremendous. It's solid 4-star for me. I don't think there's anything more to be said. I'm going to link the show that we did when we talked about it. If you enjoy historical romance, if you enjoy Lisa Kleypas, we highly recommend you joining us. I hope you can. It's fantastic. We love her. We love her. We're going to be finishing the series in December. So it's been a wild ride. It's been a fun ride. And looking forward to reading the next one in August, which is Devil in Spring. And you know what? While we're here, right? And I've got the books right here. It's amazing. Here's our gal Pandora, one of the twins, and a son of someone very special that we're going to be seeing more of that couple in this book as well. Many of you know who I'm talking about. And if you don't, but you like historical romance, see if you can catch up with us, because you'll love it. You'll just love it so much. Okay, moving on. Another 4-star for me is Savannah Royals by Lindsay Bennett, I believe her name is. Oh my gosh. She reached out to me, asked if I'd be willing to read this, and I said, 100% yes. This is amazing. We're in Georgia during Prohibition. We have a woman who has been madly in love with this guy since she was a child, really. It blossomed into, it was always appropriate, but it blossomed into this relationship over the course of many years. They were known as the Wolf Pack. These kids grew up on the streets and lived in the catacombs of Georgia. Doing very poorly, just trying to get by, and made a name for themselves essentially as like a gang, the ones to beat, really. And our hero, he's always looking for the next big thing. He wants to be top dog, and he wants their big gang to be top dog as well. So he takes our heroine and he puts her in a finishing school. He pulls some strings, he uses some cash, he greases the right palms. She ends up in this finishing school, and she is then tasked with another hero. He's of old money. He's a doctor. He's the antithesis of everything our other hero is. We've got the bad guy who our heroine is in love with, and then we've got the good guy. She develops feelings for him. We have a love triangle, people. And I don't think it's technically a love triangle. People always say love triangle, right? When it's not actually a triangle. It's a woman with two opposing options is what we have. And it is incredible. I was going crazy thinking, what is going to happen? There's a lot of danger. There's a lot of, it's like mafia, gangster type stuff. It's gritty. It's dark. There's some polyamory, which I could have done without. I personally am not a polyamory person. I kind of understood why the author chose to do that. It wasn't my thing. But I still really enjoyed the rest of the book. And it wasn't all that spicy, except in some small places. This is why I wasn't able to give it a full 5 stars. Additionally, I think because I was so invested and I wanted things to go a particular way, it did stall a smidge, maybe around the beginning third act, mid third act, but it then picks up again. So if you like the Prohibition era, if you like love triangle, gangster type stuff, early mafia kind of feels, really highly recommend. It was fun. Those of you that are into Great Gatsby, that kind of thing. Yeah. The language too, as in like cat's pajamas, or, they use all the old terms. It was really fun. So I had a great time, and I would 100% be back for more if she writes another book in this series, which I believe she will. This is the first book of the Savannah Royals series. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens next. Another 4-star is by the fabulous Virginia Heath. This is book 2 of the Mrs. Prentice's Proteges series, Look Before You Leap. This is fun. I love a house party, especially in the summertime. I love a hidden identity. And we have Guy, poor Guy, literally. His mother wants grandchildren. So she devises this incredible house party where she's going to find and pick out his bride-to-be so she can have those grandchildren. And he's not all that interested, except that he does find himself to be interested in one particular woman, but she's not up for grabs. She's a lady's maid. So we've got forbidden love, which I love. Lottie is our heroine, and she is very much breaking the mold. She's more into riding astride than being the demure lady, which made her lots of fun. She was quite quirky, almost to the point of being almost kind of a caricature. And I liked the banter, but it did sort of veer into like bickering territory. The enemies to lovers might have been a little bit overdone, and the plot might have been a little bit slow. But overall, if you enjoy Hidden Identity, Forbidden Love, House Party, goodness, you won't be disappointed. I gave He's to Die For by Erin Dunn 3.5 stars. This was another arc that I requested, and I think this is kind of a case of wrong book, wrong time. I had come off of reading quite a few books that I really, really loved, and I was in the mood for a particular thing, but I read this one because I needed to, because it was coming out. So this is very much like if you enjoy the television series Brooklyn Nine-Nine, police procedurals. This is a great MM romance. It was funny. The characters are both really unique. We've got a very smug, into himself, up-and-coming police officer detective who wants the best case, who winds up falling in love for the main suspect in his murder case, who is like a musician. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. He's like a famous musician. So, I mean, it was lots of fun, but I just couldn't ever sink into it. So I think you have to be in the mood for that type of book, or pretty much, I guess, any of these, but you just have to be in the mood to enjoy it. And at the time, it just wasn't really hitting for me. So if you've read this, do let us know in the comments. I'd love to know what someone who was ready for this type of book, how you felt. Do let us know. I gave the Friends to Lovers project 3 stars. This was fun. It's set in Venice, Italy, and it's with 2 people that are really good friends. And they decide, after both being dumped by their significant others, who then end up together. So it actually kind of reminds me of Funny Story by Emily Henry. Anyway, this wasn't as well done as Funny Story by Emily Henry. Oh, I've got the book over here. Boop. Anyway, it fell off. Life is crazy. It's summer. I don't know. Anyway, so we've got 2 people who decide, you know what? We've been friends forever. Let's see if we can make it more. To which most of us would say, I don't think so. Like, if you don't have chemistry off the bat, you can't force it. But that's exactly what they're trying to do, because they're in Venice. It's a beautiful city. They're like, we can do this. Well, she's more excited than he is. And I thought, this is not great. Until I realized, because I had forgotten from when I had requested the arc, what the actual plot is. The man who is tasked with taking them around Venice is the one who winds up being the love interest. He's Italian. The thing is, no matter how much he enjoys the company of our heroine, she's his client, and he needs to make this work in order to have hopes of owning the hotel. Like, that's what's on the line. It could be his hotel if he plays his cards right. So, yeah, it sort of fell flat for me. I mean, it sounds perfect, but it did fall flat for me. I got the audio arc, or the ALC, I think they're calling it now, Advanced Listener's Copy. So I'm getting ready to hear that a lot. That was still new for me, but I got that, and I believe it was Will Dameron who does the narration, and I love him, but I didn't love him in this. He plays Lorenzo with no Italian accent whatsoever. And he even says lots of Italian type things, and there is no accent. And I need an accent. I didn't really realize it until I listened to this book, but he's almost like a robot to me. I hate to say it. And Will Dameron, I love you. Not that you're watching this, but if you did, I do love you. And I love a lot of the things that I've listened to. In fact, I'm listening to him right now in a Savannah Scott that I'm really enjoying, Dr. Shipped, because I'm doing some small town romance right now, set in the Midwest. But anyway, I like him. Not in this. It kind of ruined the book for me. I'll tell you the truth. Have you ever had a book where you know that you would have enjoyed it, but the narration kind of unalived it for you? Do let us know in the comments. You know, I bet in the other way too. There could be a book that isn't as good, but the narration really saves it. Let us know if there's one you can think of for that too. I would love to know. This could be a fun video topic. Interesting. I also gave 3 stars, not 3-letter R's, to Well, Actually by Maisie Eddings. You know, I've read a couple books by her. In fact, I have one because she signed it, and I really adore Maisie Eddings. I really do. But her writing for me, you know, sometimes readers and writers just don't always connect. And in this case, I was feeling the same way. There's something about the characters, they feel a bit remote to me. And especially in this book, it's the black cat and the golden retriever. I just could not get myself to like the heroine. She's too black cat for me. I need someone kinder, I think. So yeah, I just had an issue with this, but we have two people that are forced to work together, and you know, he's all in. He adores her, but she dislikes him immensely. They had like kind of a love affair in college, and he moved on and she has not. And she would like to make him pay. So she wants to pretend to get along with him, and then she doesn't because she wants to get revenge. So anyway, obviously it all works out well. But yeah, it just didn't really hit for me. But the writing was good. It was solid. And the premise was interesting. But again, like I think I just need kinder, big-hearted characters, especially if it's like a stressful point, which is summer with all of my million children. 3. Yeah, I just need a little more happy kindness. That's just me. Okay, so here's another one. This is I gave this 2.5 stars. This is It All Comes Back to You by Melissa Wisner. I was very intrigued. I grabbed this months ago. I was so behind and I really needed to read this. And I was very invested, but what I learned, and I shouldn't be surprised, I don't want to read a bunch of drama. So again, this is kind of a situation where reader and writer just don't mesh. It's like, I suppose, Colleen Hoover, for example. There are so many authors out there that want to give you a really dramatic, heavy story where there is a happy ending, there is love at the end, but there was so much trauma in this book, and I feel kind of ridiculous complaining about that because I think that is sort of this author's bread and butter. We have characters with lots of trauma who, in the end, overcome everything and fall in love, and it's beautiful. But I just don't want all the trauma right now. You know, maybe at some point I'll enjoy drama and trauma and all that. But, you know, I'm more of a Hallmark girl, and I guess I honestly probably didn't have any business reading this book because it's just not my cup of tea. So, you know, I know a lot of people love it. More power to them. If you've read her, do let me know because she seems like an incredible writer. The writing was fantastic. It was just too dramatic. So I had to go with 2.5 stars. Because there were things that I just felt like, really? we're like 20 pages out. We're still having trauma. Like, come on. Again, personal preference. I know you guys like hearing about my DNFs. So I will tell you my one DNF for the month of June. It is You Make My Heart Stop by Becky Hunter. I really had a hard time with this. Again, what was I doing? Did I have any business picking this book? No. I thought it would be really sweet. It was really heavy, and I'll be honest, I did flip to the end because I wanted to see what would happen, and then I didn't like it. I did not like it. But I know some people that have read it and liked it. So let me tell you what it is, because you're like, what is she talking about? So this book is about a girl initially, and then we watch her grow up. We see her entire life actually over the course of the novel, but she has incidents happen to her that cause her heart to stop beating, so she dies for a certain period of time, brief enough that she can come back, and in the in-between she ends up developing a friendship with this person who is tasked with taking her to whatever's next, and she eventually falls in love, and it seemed really neat. But I didn't really like her. I hate to say, she just wasn't very kind. She didn't seem to learn from anything. There was a lot of whining and complaining, not about the fact that, you know, her heart was having trouble. It was just in general, you know, sometimes there's just heroines you just don't mix with, and this was that case for me. But yeah, also it was just really heavy because every chapter, you know, at some point she's gonna die and everybody's gonna be really upset again. So again, what was I doing? Why did I request this? I don't know. I shouldn't have. I'm learning. And that's pretty much it actually for me. Let me know in the comments what you loved in June, maybe what you didn't love, if there's anything in DNF. Tell us anything you want to tell us. I know we want to see. Again, I'm sorry that this was long, rambly, and not very edited. But man, does it make it easier for me, so I hope you don't mind. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're reading, whatever month it is, because it's still July, right? Until next time, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.